Thundelara is a junior explorer with interests in Western Australia and the Northern Territory, focusing on copper, gold and base metals. Hello, I'm Natalie MacDonald for the Finance News Network. Joining me now at the RIU Resources Roundup in Melbourne is Thundelara CEO Tony Lofthouse. Tony, welcome to FNN.
Thank you, Natalie. Pleasure to be here.
Tony, for those not familiar with Thundelara, can you start by introducing the company?
Certainly. Thundelara is a small mineral exploration company in Australia. Our focus is on copper and gold exploration predominantly and base metals in Western Australia and the Northern Territory.
Let's start with your main exploration focus then, the Red Boar project in Western Australia's Dulgunna region. Can you start, Tony, by introducing the project?
Red Boar is about 500 metres away from Sandfire's DeGrussa copper gold mine, which started operation about 3 years ago. So the proximity to that mine and the fact that the geology is very, very similar, being so close, means that it is immensely interesting to both us and to shareholders because of that proximity and the possibility that we might find repetitions of what DeGrussa has.
Tony, Red Boar is only a small tenement. What are the prospects of finding a significant deposit and what challenges does the geology present?
Natalie, Red Boar is indeed a small tenement. It's only 2 square kilometres and a lot of people say that they think that's too small to find a deposit. Nothing could be further from the truth. Kalgoorlie's Golden Mile, one of the world's great gold deposits, could fit within that tenement and most people would want to have a share of something of that. We believe that there is plenty of opportunity at Red Boar for the discoveries like Dulgunna, the DeGrussa deposits, and Red Boar has the opportunity to represent that at depth and at surface, so we will continue to explore. We think that there is every opportunity and every chance that we will find something of substance there. It will be deep, but we will find it.
Tony, what's next then from the Red Boar project and when can investors expect another round of drill results?
We are currently in the process of submitting another program of work so that we can do follow-up diamond drilling at Red Boar. 2 main projects in Red Boar, which are Impaler and Gossan targets. We hope that that will take about 6 weeks normally is to get it through the Department of Mines and then we'll proceed with drilling.
Tony, let's take a look at some of your other projects, starting with the Sophie Downs in the Kimberley. What does it contain?
Sophie Downs is a relatively small tenement and the main targets that we're looking for there have been zinc that we've hit in the past. We know there are a lot of conductors which involve graphitic schists, so we're also drilling at the moment, as we speak, for a number of targets which include graphite as well. And we were fortunate enough to hit some graphite. Last Friday, I think, is when we announced it, which was 40-50 metres of graphite in an interval that is very exciting for us as we move forward.
And now to your Alamba project at Pine Creek. What does it contain and what's taking place there?
Alamba has been a number of targets during the course of the last couple of years. Predominantly it's copper, it does have uranium as well, but we can explore for both at the same time, given that uranium is not really the most favoured market commodity at the moment. But the copper hits that we've had to date, particularly at the Oxide Herring prospect, have been really exciting for us and we're currently about to undertake some downhole EM geophysical surveying which will help us target the next phase of drilling to follow up the copper.
And Tony, I see Panoramic Resources has announced a major resource upgrade to its Savannah nickel mine with the potential strike zone extending into your Keller project exploration licence. What could be the worth to the company?
It's difficult to say what it might be worth at the moment. I think it's more important to recognise that the valuation for Keller Creek, the 20% free carried interest that Thundelara holds, at the moment the market gives no value to that 20% interest. The fact that Panoramic have discovered this extension and that it goes under the Keller Creek tenement means that there is value now. Again, nickel prices are low. That doesn't matter because that will not be developed for a couple of years. But the beauty about the Keller Creek project was that our chairman, Phil Crabb, had recognised that many years ago for the Gossans, always loved it, always wanted to keep part of it, and that faith and that rigour and that approach to exploration has been justified and vindicated with this discovery.
Now, Tony, to your financials. Thundelara has a busy drill programme ahead in the next 6 months. What is the company's cash position and are you funded to carry out the work?
At the end of June, we had just over 5 million cash. We have 900,000 cash that's due in by the end of October as the second tranche of a sale of some uranium assets last year. We anticipate that that will allow us to survive for the next 12 months without having to raise any additional money, and more importantly, by exploring at the same rate that we are currently exploring. We are determined to be an explorer, not a company that sits on its cash. If we need to go back to shareholders at some stage, then we will, so that shareholders have the full knowledge that any money they put in will be put into the ground to explore. And for us, that's really, really important. It's desperately important that people know we will explore with their money and we won't just sit on it.
Last question then, Tony. Where would you like to see Thunder Lara this time next year?
In 12 months' time, I'm hoping that we will have been able to announce some sort of discovery at Red Boar, and it will be as a dint of hard work that we put in there, the persistent exploration efforts, and we'll hopefully have been able to find either another VMS deposit like at De Grussa, or the source of that material that has been the De Grussa deposits and the Monty discovery. That added to the possibility of both zinc and graphite up at Sophie Downs. Who knows where Keller Creek may be, but I think with Carrara Well as well in Dulguna, we'll have a lot of opportunities to have brought this company significantly down the track to a major discovery.
Tony Lofthouse, many thanks for the update.
Natalie, thank you very much indeed for your time. I appreciate the opportunity.